Rumble. Oh, I thought that was Alan. Sherlock Holmes and Nero Wolfe all night long. When you search Armchair Detective, that comes up first. And then there's Trisha. And then there's Trisha. Regardation Police comes up. It's funny, isn't it? Alan doesn't... His own stuff doesn't come up. He's up there as a channel. Jill Dando, a hit. If so, why? A details all upcoming. I did see there was something in the news recently about Jill. I mean, it's always been in the news, hasn't it? But... or did someone make a video on it? I thought someone... I saw something myself, like, recently. Like, there's something in the Evening Standard about it 1 day ago. 1 day ago. Oh, Netflix show looks back. There you go, then. So he's just... one of his... They write the shows for him. One of them's watched the Netflix show. And read this stuff a day ago. And like, he's just jumped on that. It's weird, isn't it? Who Killed Jill Dando aired on Netflix this week. Like, how shit is that? How shit is that? I know there are some quite good content creators that I actually respect, that I've seen things and I've thought, hang on, isn't that also on Netflix? Didn't you watch this documentary that I can absolutely name? And, like, you know, they're not all on Netflix, but, you know, haven't you watched this documentary, which I can name? And sometimes they reference them in what they're doing, but either Alan has, I don't think he has, I think someone else will have, and sent him the details. How shit is that? So you're going to get Alan describing what the Netflix documentary was about for an hour, instead of just watching the Netflix thing yourself. What's this one say? DVR on it. 8 viewers waiting. What? The royal families. It's almost like this one's broken for me. I want to watch the end of it. I had a little look at it and saw how shit it was, that what he was doing, then I skipped off. But now it's like running it like it's a stream instead of a video, so I can't watch it properly. It's like it's broken, look. See that? It's like broken. 10 viewers waiting. They're not waiting for this. This happened already. Press play, look, nothing's happening. Something's wrong with that one. I don't know what DVR means. Something's wrong with that one. This one I can watch. This was the other one that we watched the other day.
That's the one I've...
See, look.
Yet.
That one works, but this one, the royal family one, I wanted to watch the end of it and see what he said at the end. Do you think he'll be streaming Netflix tonight? No. He'll just, you know, whatever they said in that documentary, with whatever bits of footage they've used from the past, he'll just say the same thing. But he won't have watched the documentary, so to him it'll all be new. And he'll he'll go like, so what is this? And do you think maybe this? And who cares? Netflix did a documentary about it. That'll be all right on Netflix, but you're not going to get loads of views on Rumble because of that. Like this 1.48k for the Royal Family thing. I saw his numbers on it. I saw his numbers. He had lower numbers than ever watching it. And then at the end of it, it said 500 viewed. At the end of that yesterday, it said 500. How has he picked up another 1,000? Don't tell me he's not just bought them overnight. You think fucking 1,000 people found his video on Rumble and watched it overnight? Get bent. Get real. It's no way. It's sad. Paying for views on Rumble. So there's nothing for me to look at here, look. He might start up soon, but I don't want to watch him talk about Jill Dando. It's boring. Like, I'll watch him talk about the bit at the start, the bit at the end, see if he talks about some shit. But the actual content is fucking rubbish and boring, isn't it? Come on. It's gone downhill for Alan. It's gone right down the toilet. Nothing really to talk about there, is there, then? Yeah, I've got other people to talk about. Other shit to do. Lawrence Fox got sacked, look. Lawrence Fox got sacked after outcry about comments he made on air about a female journalist. Last week, he asked, what self-respecting man would climb into bed with Ava Evans? Fucking hell. Does she work on Great Britain News as well? When I search Ava Evans, it brings up all this shit. Oh, she's the woman that was criticising him. Sexist. Decided he's going for sexism now. How's that working out for you? He's such a plonker, isn't he?
I think that it feeds into the culture a little bit, this Minister for Men argument. Like, in my mind, I think there should be a Minister for Mental Health, which would be all-encompassing. I mean, you've got something like 7 million children waiting for prescriptions for mental health at the moment. It's a crisis that's endemic throughout the country, not specific to men. And I think, you know, a lot of ministers kind of bandy this about to sort of, I'm sorry, but make an enemy out of women. I think, not you, and I don't think your book is. I don't
accept that. I don't think it is to make an enemy. If we looked at during COVID, men were literally more likely to die from COVID. And I don't really want to cast myself as a meninist or one of these guys from the manosphere, because that's not who I am. But I do find it interesting that sometimes the arguments tend to throw it back.
But who was doing all the work during COVID? You know, a lot of the time, if you looked into people's households, it was the women who were taking on the laundry, the school care, all of that.
I'm not disputing any of that. What I'm saying that there are specific issues that men face that might warrant specific attention. I mean, literally, the biggest killer of men under 50 is suicide. That is an arresting statistic, and if that doesn't warrant specific attention, mental health is an umbrella issue.
I have to say that is also because women are unsuccessful. That is a lot of feeds into that statistic.
But it feels like it just doesn't feel.
I think it's all really weird to be like, in today's day and age, arguing on the side of women versus men, like fucking in the school ground, boys versus girls. Like people, you know, if suicide is a problem for people, let's deal with that. It's a bit like, I think this sort of argument feeds into the idea that there's these existential differences that we can't overcome, and therefore you must have these, like, you know, separations. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think we like her necessarily, do we? But like going on about her being like, you know, unshaggable as a critique in her journalism is a bit of a it's got him sacked. So it's funny because Lawrence Fox is a dickhead.
I feel like you've got any space for this idea that men might have unique challenges.
I don't know why they got him on doing that. It's not Lawrence Fox. Watch Ava Evans calls insults on GB News really nasty.
Chaos. Chaos. Like, I'm talking to you, but I don't actually feel like I'm here. I feel like, yeah, it just feels really nasty. Already been looking at a few threats that have come into my inbox, and I'm like, God, over the evening, is this going to really ramp up? And maybe I'm going to have to watch over my shoulder before I go into my house, just so that I know no one's looking at where I live. Yeah, I mean, just before we came in here, there was a tweet that said, watch your back. So... Right.
Yeah, but you just ignore that sort of shit, don't you, really? Like, I don't know, maybe she shouldn't. Maybe it's actually a direct threat and she should take it more seriously. Interesting, though. More interesting than Alan. Now, Alan should actually be covering that tonight anyway, shouldn't he? Because that's up the alley. Like, is he so fucking stupid? Like, if you're on Rumble, talking about Lawrence Fox as he gets sacked is your bread and butter, yeah? Like, having an opinion on Calvin Robinson is your bread and butter there. But Alan doesn't even know who they are. Instead, he's going to do Jill Dando off of Netflix because he's, like, so fucking dumb. You see what I mean? Like, he just doesn't understand what he's doing. Like, flailing about. If anyone wanted to see anything about this, they would have watched the Netflix. If they haven't got Netflix or are unaware it was on Netflix, years later, why would they be interested in, you know, watching Alan's take on it on Rumble? It's destined to failure. And if he didn't already have paid for 1,000 people to bump up the numbers, it's just going to be a failure, isn't it? Like, it's just rubbish. He's got 420 followers now. That keeps going up. It's a joke. When actually what you should be doing is talking about Lawrence Fox getting sacked by GB News. That is Rumble. That's what Rumble are all about. I mean, Rumble are much more American pointing, but do you know what I mean? That's your area. Now I've said it, he might hear it. Like, you know, his flying monkeys watch my stuff, don't they? So, like, they might hear it, but, like, fucking idiot. It's too late by tomorrow. Like, you want to be doing a show about that. Live call-in show. Rumble. Approach Lawrence Fox for comment. You can, on Twitter, just approach him for comment. Just like, if it was me and I was doing what Alan's doing, I would be on Twitter now, right? And I'd be tweeting, at Lawrence Fox, we are live. Do you want to comment? At Lawrence Fox, we are live. You know, can I get a tweet? And all he has to do is tweet in response. And I've got comment from Lawrence Fox live on my show. Yeah. And then if he sees that I'm live on Rumble and I'm like got 1,000 people there or whatever Alan pretends to have, he might decide to, you know, jump on the voice call. Like, that would be a boom time for Alan, because he's not banned from there, is he? He might be eggy, he might want to talk. Obviously that's not going to happen for Alan tonight, not in any way. What's more likely is he's just going to ramble on about Dando and no one's going to give a shit, and then he's going to pay for 1,000 people to bump up the numbers from India. But, like, it's a waste of everyone's time and money. And it's going to be supported by the very, very small group we've come to realise, some of which are actually content creators themselves, in that they create the content. And so they're never going to leave him, because they're that invested in the fact that it's their channel as well. Alan's just the mouthpiece. And they'll also pay for the privilege to have Alan read these things out on the internet and make them exist. It's like they're producers of this show, and they're executive producers as well, because they fund it. But the show is really shit, and Alan takes all the money for his poker. Big up, Sandy. Yeah, like, the thing is about this stuff online, like, if you know, if you're in the ballpark, people are going to troll you, like, yeah, like for some of these things. Not you specifically, but, you know, that woman, like, you know, the stuff she's saying in that area, she's going to get some of that misogynistic trolling. Like, to take tweets to heart, I find it a bit, like, well, I wouldn't bother, but then I also understand that she's a woman and she's making these comments, and the misogynists are having a pop at her and threatening her, and, like, you know, she might actually feel threatened. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that's legit. Those people are threatening her. That's crossing the line, isn't it? So that's where it's threats, malicious communication, and they can get done for that. So, if I were her at that stage as well, like, because she's obviously, like, hitting the news, I'm sure that she could get herself a PR press agent who can just deal with her Twitter, so she's not tweeting it or having to deal with it. I would think that's probably the way forward for her, isn't it? Like, anytime she wants to tweet, she just tweets them and they tweet it for her on her behalf. Like, obviously they run her account, you know what I mean? Like, that's what she should do. So then she's removed from it. And she can always say what she wants, because she can just tell them, look, I want to tweet this, send it. And they'll just do it. Or they'll say, I don't think we should tweet that, let's tweet something different. The news. The boring news. I was going to do a bit about Alan, but I can't watch his fucking... that thing. It's broken for me. Bit weird. Maybe if I open up another browser. Will I be signed in? I'm not signed in here, so no, it's loading.
25% of adults over 65 have lost all their teeth from receding gums and decaying
Horrible,
teeth.
Isn't it, the adverts on Rumble? No, it's still not working for me. He's done something to it. He's pressed something on that, and he's fucking fucked it up so you can't watch it. I might be wrong. Maybe you can watch it. I don't want you all watching it, but for some reason, like, this is the incredible... Okay, so check this out. Maybe someone else should test this for me if you're in chat and you've got Rumble. Can you watch his video about Meghan and the Royal Bros? Because it says DVR, and I don't know what DVR means, but it feels to me like I can't... Like, I watched a bit of it, and I watched a bit at the start, because I like when he's rambling at the start and he might just say something funny. But then he started on about the royal family, and I can't watch it, yeah? So when I say I can't watch it, I was bored of it, so I turned it off. And I thought, I'll come back later and I'll watch the end bit, just the end, after he's finished. And after he finished, it went to this, DVR. It said paused for you, Kat. It says paused for me as well. It said paused for me, yeah. It said that in the past on my phone. Here it just won't play. It's just like this. Like, I'm recording this, obviously, we're on stream now, aren't I? So I can clip this bit. This is really important. So everyone, like you're saying in chat, like, we've got evidence of someone else testing it. Like, can anyone else test this to see if they can watch it even? Because if no one can watch it, like, you're on the phone, I'm on the PC, neither of us can watch it. I'm logged in, I'm logged out on the other browser, which you just heard me open. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm logged in or logged out. Can anyone else watch the Royal Family one? Because if you can't, how did it get 1,000 views overnight? The minute it ended, it went like this. I was there watching the start, and then I did something else, like messing about, and then at the end of it, I came back in. I said, oh, he's going to be finished now. You know, I'm up all night. It was like this all night. Unplayable. So it's unplayable for you on the Rumble app. It's unplayable for me on the thing. It says 7 viewers waiting. It's almost like it's alive, but it's not alive because I don't know what a DVR is, but I can't watch it. How has it had 1.48k views if you can't even watch it? Come on. What's going on here? I mean, that's a really short episode of me versus Alan, isn't it? If that's all I've got to say. But I want to cut that into a little video and just ask the question to the world. What's going on here? The comments say, look, oh, here we go, comments. Look, this proves it as well. Firefox. This proves it. Comments. Can't play this. 5 hours ago. Good evening. Good show tonight. I'm so interested to hear you take on this case. 15 hours, 19 hours, 23. That was when the show was on. Can't play this 5 hours ago. Why click on L side? Why click on L side? What? Why click on the left-hand side? She's trying to direct him to the play button. Nosy Nana's trying to direct him to the play button. The play button doesn't work, Nosy Nana. This has been set to a live restream, or like it's been set to a DVR. Someone's pressed the DVR button, whatever that means. What is a DVR on Rumble? What is a DVR on Rumble? What? Well, obviously there's nothing about it because it's like. Nothing. I can't even bring up anything to answer that question. Oh, news results, sorry. Turn on DVR on live streams. YouTube's DVR lets people pause, rewind and continue during the live stream. Well, the live stream's finished, but it's not letting me. So I'm right, aren't I, here? I'm right here. That's a bad word, actually. I shouldn't have allowed that one, you notice. I'm right here. That's a bad word, notice. I'm right here, right? What it's done is this is like, if my live stream, my features on YouTube mean that when you're on live watching me, if you come in and you want to go back to the start, you can just rewind it and go back to the start of my live, yeah? I'm on Twitch right now. I don't know if that's a feature, but on YouTube, I can turn that off. So you can't do that. You can only watch live, and then you have to wait for the video later if you want to rewind it, yeah? Somehow this broadcast from Alan has been set to DVR, meaning it's a stream that you can jump around in, but he's not streaming live now, so it's not working. He's got over 1,000 views on it, despite it being unviewable. I know there were 500 there when he was live. I watched those 500 people, you know, on the live stream. At the end of it, like I said, the number said 500. I know, not 500 people watching him live. I mean, there was like 80 people watching him live maximum. When I was watching at the start, there was like 80, 30 or 40 or 50 or 80. Something. It wasn't over 100. It was small because what he was doing was rubbish. And then at the end of the episode, I noticed it said 500 views. And I thought, well, that's the 80 over the hour, 2 hours. Like, it's the way it works out. It's about like people dropping in and dropping out. That's about all you're going to get on that shit. Yeah. But overnight, he's got another 1,000 on top. So it just feels like someone's bought 1,000 views on a video that's unwatchable. And somehow they've logged the views, even though it's unwatchable. Like, how have they logged the views? Did I just log another view then when I clicked on it? Did that count as a view? Because I can't view it. So what's this viewing figure happening? How did that happen? Someone's in the live chat. Is this not on? Right now, someone's in the live chat now. Hello. I'm blocked from the live chat, obviously. Hello. I'm muted by creator. Sorry, you've been muted by the creator, mine says. Corner boy got muted. See what I mean? See what I mean? So someone's lying about their view count. He's on now, is he? That's annoying for him, isn't it?
Tried it. London. The Met Police launched its biggest murder inquiry.
But he's not got the DVR on, so can I? What? This is where he started.
The Met Police launched.
No, I can only go back 30 seconds.
And they arrested him. And they.
Hey, look, you're seeing more of the room now. Look, seeing more of the room. He's got himself a light. The idiot. Why is it in a hat? The plant was in a hat the other day on here. It was in a hat. Now the light's in a hat. Why does the light go in a hat? And the reason he's got the light, and he's such an idiot, he's illuminating the corner of the room. See how that's the brightest thing on the screen? Now the camera has to try and adjust for that. Right? That's not how you want to use your light, Alan. You want the light to illuminate you. You want the rest of the room to be dark, especially if you're using these pink lights and these funny lights in the colours. You want them to do the illumination, don't you? You're drowning them out. This microphone's not even plugged in. Like, he's such a joke shop. The man's a fucking idiot. But I think we've caught him out there. I think I might cut that as a short one. You know, just drop it as a little video. Alan caught out buying views because... I mean, is that enough proof that you got 1,000 views on a video that's unwatchable? Or did you just get shit views on it? Like, you know, people turned up, saw it was unwatchable and fucked off, and there's 1,000 of them did it, and they're going to come back, yeah? Like, come on. Look at it. Look at this joke shop. The vanishing point drifts off to the far side. So the vanishing point on this frame is over here. That's what's drawing your attention. And in there, there's a light that's drawing your attention, and a plant as well, somehow. And it's all blown, like, it means it's too bright there. Yeah? And that's drawing your attention over there, away from this shit. The funny corner, the weird corner, with the plug, the microphone, with the wire on it that's going to nothing. Like does he think that is like a you know, a stylish microphone in the background that looks cool, like an old timey microphone on a stand? Does he realise it's like a modern USB mic that you can like buy in Argos? And there it is we call them speaker stands, or you might call them light stands, on like a, you know, tripody light stand. There's his paint pots, there's his awful painting. It's all a bit high up now because he's moved the camera to point down a bit more. Like, he's moved things around here for some reason. I think rather than moving the room around and trying to dress the room, he's just moved the camera, and it just makes the scene look different. He hasn't actually tried to dress that. I bet that light's always in the corner, you just never see it, if you know what I mean. Bit shabby and a bit shit, isn't it?
And they put him in prison, but he never did it. This is how the story unfolded. April the 26th.
And the microphone that he's talking, that's not the microphone. We've heard him touch it and it didn't make any noise, so that's not working as a microphone. So he's probably using the microphone on his laptop or something, and it just sounds like in the room now. Like, it's just awful.
1999. Dando, 37, shot dead, one single bullet to the head at point blank range. She goes into a little area.
I'm not watching this.
Judges reject his evidence that what was used to convict him was flimsy. It was flimsy. 6, Barry George's solicitor says new evidence which undermines the safety.
Right, hang on, I'm pausing this because in chat, Minister Marvellous has just popped off in chat there, right? And she said hello to everyone. Hello. Right, she said hello. GTSY, Florida, Nosy, Sam, I am MVP, Anaphylaxis, Shay, Liz, Welsh Pam, The Irritable Owl, Sharonoid, that's 10, Scouse Girl, Deke, Jerry Only, Miss Lady Godiva, Nancy, which is Nancy apparently, and Amanda Holland. Yeah, that's 16 people. That's the crew. That's them. That's it. Thanks for the tier sub. Big ups, Red Fan, for the tier sub. Thank you. when I say that's the crew, right, that's all right to have a community, like, a core group in a community like that. That's cool. But for Alan, these are the women he grifts, and that's all of them. Like, there are no, like, how he's constantly going on, like, all the people, and like, we're talking to Rumble, and I'm talking to these people, and they're all the people. They're the ones that come to all the shows. They're all the people. The others are like me, Nosy Nana, Regardation Police, Slinky Socks. Like, there's no one else. Like, he's not getting any new people, and if there are a couple of those names that are new because of Rumble, like, they're not there to stick around. Like, it's those people that Alan, like, they're the ones now. That's the raft that keeps Alan afloat. That's it.
Safety of his client's conviction. The next year, Barry George wins the right for a fresh appeal after the Criminal Case Reviews Commission says too much weight was placed on a tiny amount of forensic evidence. I don't think he ever got compensation. Jill Dando's association with Crime Watch, they had a lot of suspects.
Brilliant. I can't watch that. It's just him reading shit about Jill Dando. Look, you can see here the difference, right? You can see he's got 302 views. Yeah? Like, he's just got started. Give it an hour. Double that, because as the hour ticks over, I think you take the same viewers and then you count them again, maybe. Like, because it's the second hour. I don't know exactly how it works, but let's say you double that. How does it turn into 1.48k? And that episode you can't even watch. I think what's happening is you've got about 16 that are real, like I said. You've already got 9 dislikes. So that maybe there's been about 10 people that don't like you that have watched it. So what's that number? That's 26. Like, how have you got 300 watching? Come off it. It's all inflated, isn't it? It's definitely all inflated. So that's all I've got to say about Alan tonight, really. I'm not going on a big rant now at 10 o'clock at night on Alan. No, it's just fuck it, It's dog shit. You want to see him?
Both sides of the road.
Oh, God.
The woman known to millions for her television appearances was his...
It's the news now. He's onto the news now. And it says 132 watching, so he's not got 300 watching, he's got 100 watching. So he's got 32 that are real, hasn't he? We just did the numbers. Let's say there's 32 really watching, and let's say there's 100 that's been bought. Because there's not 100, are there? Nosy Nana's give him $10. Hi, Alan. Let's hear him talk about that.
A new Netflix true crime documentary is investigating the circumstances...
They're talking about the Netflix on the Daily Mail.
...around the 1999 homicide.
They're advertising the Netflix.
The news came in that a woman had been
Nosy
killed.
Nana, thank you for that. Appreciate it. Thank you, Nosy.
And it went terribly quiet.
That was the thanks for Nosy Nana.
The Daily Mail led the way in...
That was the thanks. You went, all right, Nosy Nana, thanks for that. Yeah, thank you. All right, appreciated. And that's what I mean. It's those ladies. It's just them giving him like 10, 20 here and there. That's keeping him going. Just them. He's watching Netflix. The Daily Mail is advertising the Netflix special on the Daily Mail, and he's watching it. There's 100 people he's paid to watch, and there's 36 of which, we did the numbers, about 26 will be real. And then because there's 100 people watching a stream, maybe somebody notices it and watches it, is Alan's hope. Yeah? But you cannot tell me there are 100 people watching that. You cannot lie to me and say that there are 100 people watching it. You see it in the bottom right corner there, going up to 140 now. Oh, 141. Look at it go up. Has Alan just taken that £10 from Nosy Nana and bought another 20, 30 people? Is that what he's just done? Why is that number going up? Or is the number going up because it's when you look on the live streams, this one looks popular because it's got 100 people in it? Maybe it's getting suggested. I don't think so, because on Rumble there is live streams with like thousands of people. Like, if I just quickly open up Rumble here, Rumble, I always go through Adam Prigler when I launch Rumble for some reason. But look, right now live here, 52,000 or 26,000 watching live. So it's not suggesting Alan to me. Look, 1,000 watching live there. These ones here have probably not got as many watching live, but it's not actually suggesting Alan to me, is it? Look. Like, he's not getting up on this list with his 100. He's not. Right? So, it's not that these new people are, like, filtering in because Alan's, like, he's just spending money on fake views to make himself look good, so that these women in his chat think it's good, so that they give him money. And it's the same women. Who's she talking to? Join Patreon. No one else cares, Sam. No one else cares. It's you, and it's just you and them. That's all it is now. Who's she talking to? Join Patreon. No one else is joining. No one else is joining. It's just you now. Can't you get it in your head? Like, don't you understand what's happening here? Alan's lying to you about these numbers. These fake numbers. They're going up to 149, 150. Isn't that strange? The way that he got $10 and the number went up. And he's watching the news. So maybe there's only one possibility, is that someone tuned in at this point and decided to stay because they thought that was what the show was, the actual documentary. And then when they realise it's Alan talking, they decide to leave.
Jill left the Chiswick property at around 10
you know what I mean? You could tune into this, see Jill Dando advertised.
Movements on.
You could see Jill Dando advertised, tune into this and think, oh, this is reasonable. This is an actual reasonable piece of media, look.
Eyewitnesses.
Because Alan's hiding in the corner, you don't know it's his stuff. Like, you think this is really what it is. Now, when you realise it's this old man talking about it and just being an idiot, you might tune off. Like, maybe that helps the number go up. But I don't know. You know, I feel like she just gave him $10 and his number went up.
Mobile phone calls and things like that. But it's just her last moments that remain a mystery to this day.
Maybe that's me tripping a bit. Maybe this is the effect. Actually, I think more likely it's the effect that people drop in and drop out, and maybe, you know, here and there one drops in, drops out, and when they don't know what's going on, they drop into this and they assume this is the broadcast.
Number 29 Gowan Avenue, which is where she was shot.
And it looks quite good because it's actually proper media produced by the Daily Mail, and Alan's hiding in the corner.
Shopping in Ryman's in Hammersmith, driving along the A4 back to Fulham where she lived. At about 11:30 that morning, Jill's next-door neighbour...
He got a message then, like a ding. He got a ding. So I'm actually thinking maybe he has just, like, you know, gets $10 and then he's on the website and he's like, let's have another 20 people. Let's have another 10 people. They're dropping off now, though. Look. Why are they dropping off?
He saw a man hurrying away. That was undoubtedly the killer, and his was the only confirmed sighting.
No, maybe it's this effect. Like I say, maybe it's this effect, is that people drop in, they think, oh, this is interesting, what's going on here, and then they realise what it actually is, and then they fuck off.
The next phone call came at 11.
135 watching now. There's no way, like, he's got 100 people consistently over 100 watching this.
Quiet, leafy street in Fulham.
Like, do you remember I said who's she talking to? Yeah, join Patreon. Sam's put it there. Now the chat's gone on. The only people in chat, look, Melissa Marvellous, Anaphylaxis, Welsh Pam, Scouse Girl, Melissa Marvellous, Nosy Nana, Liz, Anaphylaxis, Liz. Liz has put it then, join Patreon. Who are you talking to, Liz? Like, who's going to join the Patreon? You're saying it to Anaphylaxis and Melissa Marvellous, because Melissa just put it in as well. There's not, look, see, this is it. Melissa Marvellous has said there's now 148 in chat. Thank you to all the new followers. She thinks it's good because there's 100 people there. She's naive. They're not really there, Melissa. They're cardboard cutouts that Alan's paid for. There's 36 there now in chat and 100 that he's paid for. Get your head checked. Get your head checked. He's done that so you think it's good, so you'll keep giving him money. It's a waste. It's a waste of everyone's time and money. Get your head checked.
And shot in the head.
I think it's a bit more serious than that.
And he hopes that people will tune in, see this and think that he's doing a good job of making a documentary, because they don't realise Alan's the little man in the corner hiding and doing nothing while he watches someone else's news. Like, if he could get away with just putting Netflix on and then going to the pub, he'd just put that on and go to the pub. Like, Melissa is idiot, fooled by a con man. And there's Anaphylaxis now, look. Come join Patreon. Do you see what I mean? What a sad, sad thing that chat is. In the time, the 3 minutes we've just been saying this, they've all typed it. They all typed. It's like, are you all right? Are you okay, Anna? Who are you typing that for? Welsh Pam's done it now. Are you okay, Pam? Didn't you see Anna post it? And didn't you see Liz post it? And didn't you see... Is this like some sort of rite of passage that you have to do? Can we have it in my chat? Hang on, wait. I'm just going to copy that. Here in my chat now, look, I'm copy and pasted it. Listen, if you want to be in the in crowd, can we all copy and paste that into chat for me? If you want to be just all you do it and see what it looks like. Like, can you see how fucking weird it is? Big ups. We've got Kat, Ellie, Debsy. Big ups, you chuffers. Big ups, Mean Green. Like, Can you imagine if everyone just, while we were streaming, everyone, like, there you go, look. Like, you get on with doing that and I'll do the stream. Like, what's going on? Do you know what I mean? Like, what's going on? Don't you think it's really fucking weird behaviour, that is? Like, Welsh Pam posted it immediately after anaphylaxis. Who's posted it immediately after Liz, who's posted it immediately after Sam, who's posted it after, who's the other one? Oh, Nosy Nana gave $10. Liz has posted it up there as well. Please consider donating to Alan's PayPal directly, Liz has said. Like, are they having fun? Or are they like... There's 142 watching. Oh, great, Alan, you're doing great. There's 142 watching. What that is you've managed to keep some viewers because it's the Daily Mail and not you, right? And 100 of them are paid so that these idiots think that something's happening and that it's going well. It's like, you know, when you go to the market and there's a bloke and he's selling like a potato peeler and there's like a crowd of people around the potato peeler thing and he's going, check out these potatoes and how I peel them. And like 40 of the people in the crowd are all there just for show, paid people. And the two people that turn up, you and your mum, you're the ones that have got to hand over your 20 quid at the end. But all these people in the crowd are there to pretend that something's going on and something's good. Like, you know, it's a scam. When scammers do that, they have 3 or 4 people around them. Don't they? Like, if they're doing the card game scam in the street, you know, there's 2 or 3 people who, oh, look, someone's just won the money on the card game scam on the street. Oh, look, it's real. These people just want, oh, have they? Oh, I might put my money in. Oh, I lost mine. That's strange. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's just part of the scam, isn't it? Like, are they okay? Do they not realise there's, like, the only people they're watching are cardboard cutout people? That number went up nearly to 140 and it's gone back down again because anyone who tunes in, especially on Rumble, when they realise they're watching the Daily Mail, they'll be out because it's the Daily Mail. Like, this is baffling me.
On the orders of the Serbian warlord and underworld boss.
But Alan's hiding in the corner pretending that, like, he's not even reacting to this stuff. He's just letting it play. It's just copyright theft. It's just content theft. He's got nothing to say. And if anyone tunes in, they think they're watching something good because Alan's hiding because he's a coward. Alan's a tiny coward, man. Let's get Alan up. Let's get Alan's tiny coward up. I've got that up, haven't I? I've got their chat up. Who's next? There we go. Welsh Pam's done it again. Please consider patron. Welsh Pam's done it again. We should just, what we should do is we should watch this now and we should just have a patron counter. How many have we got now? Have we had 5? This one counts as well. If you've got any questions, email AD subs. That counts. Spam counter. Melissa's asking them to hit like. That's a spam counter. Hellos count as well. I'm thinking, do they? What do you think? Hellos. There's. Look, Jerry here is talking about the documentary. Jerry, only 13. Probably took the casing off as well if he was a professional. Like, Jerry, you're watching the Daily Mail media. You're not talking to the people who made the Daily Mail media. They're not here. Like, you're being confused into talking about this when actually Alan is just in the corner doing fuck all. Like, he's probably watching me, if anything, isn't he? He's more likely to be watching me than anything else. When's the next one? AD merch. There you go. Welsh Pam, AD merch. Teespring. Does that still exist? Because I think that's been binned off, hasn't it? Because isn't that part of YouTube? No? This is something separate, is it? Separate. Oh, he's still got this. He's still got this. I might buy that. Or I could just make my own like I have done. Fuck you. Someone's talking there. Deke M. Was it the 26th of April? I was 20 on the day if it was. See, there's 2 or 3 people here who are actually in the chat, yeah? And the rest of them are like the drones. There's the merch. If you would like to share or have credible information for AD, please info AD subs. They're like robots. They're like spam robots. And like the people that are just joining think they're watching this.
Said, and nor did Arkan ever hire him to do so.
In fact, we are watching that. Alan's watching that. He's never seen it before. He's just watching something on the internet and they're watching it too. They tune in. Alan's surplus to requirements, not needed on his own stream, so he's hiding. We're watching this. It's a trap to make you think that this is Alan. This is the man that you're watching. Armchair Detective. You'll tune in, you'll see this man leading the show, and you'll think that's him. And you'll think, this is all right, I'll subscribe to this. And then you'll be badgered by the spam bots until you, like, buy a T-shirt or fucking sign up to Patreon. Oh, we're buffering. Oh, please, Buffer.
1999, covering the war for the BBC. And
he skipped
he
it.
himself has pointed out, he met her
How long is this video?
the day she was killed. Simpson's pointed out himself that if it was true,
How long is this video? When's the next bit of spam? The spam's more regular than Alan. Oh, Alan's, doing something else completely disengaged, especially because this is not about him and he's a narcissist. So he's more likely to be watching me because I'm talking about him than he is to be watching this because it's not talking about him. He's a narcissist. This is Alan's con and his grift is to... Look, there's only 125 watching now. It's dropped. Even the... because I'm telling you, the people on Rumble, even if the people on Rumble tune in, the majority are going to think, why is this guy using the mainstream Daily Mail for his daily meal? It's a load of shit. Fuck them off. Join Patreon. There's another one. Come and join Patreon for close and personal conversations with AD. £10 a month. It sounds like a sex line. I was going to cut this as a short one. Now it's turned into this. Fuck me. Oh my God, though. Like, this is bad, isn't it? I feel like I want to have a quick bathroom break, but if I do, then I could be thrown off YouTube for rebroadcasting the Daily Mail in its entirety, their media, and without comment or, critique or anything to make it fair use, which is, I'm just about skirting around it at the moment by talking about what Anna's doing, aren't I? And then the other thing that I could be in danger of is missing patron spam, which comes quicker than my bowel movements, it seems. Sorry, don't want to drag us down with smutty humour. I just need a Waz anyway. When's the next one? Look, I'll wait. It's like when you wait. I'll wait for the next one and then I'll go. Who's that in a mask? That's interesting. That's why Alan's got it on his stream, because Alan's not, and this is better.
blank firing pistol.
How can you do that, Alan? How can you be so sad? Like, I should get the big picture of Alan up instead of the big picture of their chat, shouldn't I? Let's get Alan in the big picture instead. How can you be so sad as to do this, Alan, for your stream? Like, how can you be so pathetic? I know you're on Rumble and things are shit now, and I know that you've got to go back to the hard grift and this is it. You play them the Daily Mail video and they watch it and then they give you the money. Like the supply teacher, except you don't have to give the supply teacher money, do you? You just have to suck them off after that. Did you not have to suck off your supply teacher? No. Wait, hang on. Did we not all have to suck off the supply teacher? Anyway, look. Like, what's he doing? Like, look at him, the sad bastard. He's got chat going, and the chat's saying, please subscribe to my Patreon. Alan's already on the Patreon. Alan runs the Patreon. Or he doesn't run it, does he? Just collects the money. But, that's boring for him, reading the chat. They're not talking about Alan, are they? Boring. And then the video that he's playing about Jill Dando is boring. He's playing poker or something. Look, his eyes are all over the screen. You see that? You see the way he's moving about up and around and down? He's going around the table and looking at people as the poker hands go around in the table, isn't he? He's looking at something going around. Oh, he's decided to fuck that off now. Maybe he knows I'm talking about it. Maybe there's a delay on this. He was looking at something. Something was happening up on something else, wasn't it? He can't be watching this Jill Dando shit and he'll fall asleep. Like, this is what he's listening to.
From the murder weapon. The 3 appeal judges said that the jury that convicted Barry
he's back to the other screen now.
might have reached a different conclusion had they known
back to the poker. Okay, that was the breaking between hands, wasn't it? Now he's back to the poker. And you can see his eyes going, it's poker, that's poker he's doing now, you can see. Watch. He'll be on the poker now, concentrating on that. The eyes will go around the table, the movement will happen around, and then what will happen is eventually he'll either hand out or, win, but it's a short little thing, and then he'll be back to check the stream as soon as the hand is up. Won't he? So at the moment it's poker. Playing poker while this rubbish runs on his stream.
Totally correct.
Oh, he's paused it. I'm totally correct, apparently.
Etc. And a gas mask is going to plan the murder of Jill Dando with one bullet and get away with it. Well, it's not happening.
Murder by a cold-blooded killer.
Oh.
The jury agreed. After 7 years, Barry George was a free man.
Barry George, an innocent man.
Back to watching the video then. So that was your reaction, is that you agreed with the Daily Mail and what they said. Totally agreed. Let's get back to it. Have we had another request to join Patreon yet? Because I'm not sure if I should or not. Maybe you could request that I should, and then maybe I might. What do you think? Do you think they're watching and they thought I would find it funny and they did it deliberately? Oh, he's talking again. Alan's talking. Rare moment.
Would we had to kill somebody with a single bullet, like just happened to be passing by? No. Let me tell you this. That poor girl was staying at Alan Farland's apartment. Whoever did this knew where she came from and knew that she was due to come home. And they were lying in wait for that girl. I don't know why he's saying this. They were lying in wait for the minute she came back. She could have been an hour later, a day before, come back that night. No, they knew the minute she was due to be in that street.
Why? Who knows? I'm always interested in new things.
Bit weird. Alan's got a decision. Alan's got a, you know, he thinks that's what he thinks anyway. So
theories about
my opinion on what happened with Dando is I don't fucking know because I don't care. Like honestly, like it's like a long time ago, and I don't follow that case. I'm not a true crime addict, so just Dando got shot.
Jill may have died, but when you look at them, and I look at them from a journalistic point of view, as well as from a member of the public's point of view, as well as from a relative's point of view.
Oh, we're back to this
very
then.
Few of
Fucking hell, Alan. Can you do some talking? Oh, he's talking.
A relative, a brother, just like another case I cover, a brother who's very interested in new theories, who's very interested in a member of the public, who's very interested as a brother. Do you see him telling people not to talk about the case?
What?
He wants people to talk about the case.
Oh my God.
He believes it's not solved.
No way. You didn't make it about the Rusiks and you did it.
Even so, I wish people were more like him, you know?
Any water at all.
So Dando's brother there, right, doesn't hate Armchair Detective. Frankie Rusick Jr. does. So Alan managed to drag them into this again. Is there something wrong with you, Alan? Like, honestly, is there something proper wrong with you? Because that's just like, what?
And I just happened to think it was she was.
Oh,
in
it's
the wrong place
it's
at the wrong
stuttering,
time.
it's skipping. His internet's going, it's
Nearly
not handling
2.5
it.
decades
Look, it's stuttering.
The murder of Jill Dando.
Why would you want to watch Alan stuttering? Oh,
a few more points on him.
he's had to bin it off because it's stuttering. Would you like to join Patreon?
Really, he was made the scapegoat on one picture they found. I believe he's an innocent man. I believe he's a fantasist.
Oh, here we go. You're a fantasist.
And I think they got it wrong.
Right, now we're doing the newspaper again. Now, so this video you were watching fucked up, so now we're back to just scrolling the newspaper again.
It's all done with a photograph. Dressed in a leather jacket and a gas mask, with a blank firing pistol.
And like all the information that Alan has on this case, he's just learned from just today when someone played him a video, or he watched the net. I don't think he even bothered to watch the Netflix. You know, it's fucking awful, isn't it? Briefly awful. I want to call this one briefly awful because I want it to just be a short video, and that's as short as they come for me on this. And it was the point was that really was that, like I said, that one video is unwatchable and yet has got over 1,000 people watching. Since I've been watching, this one's dropped to 117. It's now dropped to 117. So I actually think that he's paid for 100. There are the 16 committed ones, of which some of them have fucked it off. It's like, who's watching this? Really, who's watching this? Alan, read the Daily Mail.
I don't think we're ever going to find out unless someone comes forward.
Can you do the bit at the end where you rant on about the trolls or say something about yourself?
Really
we don't want to hear this shit.
Did you kill Jill Dando?
Oh, look, he's found the video. Look,
I don't believe he was capable.
He's trying to skim on in the video. The video's finished. Oh, no.
He is in the Netflix top entry. He was then, there he is now. I advise you to watch it And you
I
will
advise
sum
you
up
to watch it.
whether you think he could have done it or not.
Now that your cover's been blown, now that it advertised the Netflix documentary heavily in the Daily Mail content, because the Daily Mail content is essentially an advert for the Netflix documentary.
Harry George.
You just got found out. You look stupid.
You haven't tried this. You've no idea what it's going to be like, and you're just going to go out there on Saturday evening and have a go.
The chances are you're going to end up in the hospital.
This looks good. This is going well. That's Barry George jumping over it.
That's Barry George.
Jumping over
What
a
an
bus.
idiot.
On roller skates.
He saw the Daredevils, the American Daredevils on telly, and he tried to do it. He saw.
Now look, Alan knows nothing about him, right? But he said he saw the American Daredevils on telly and he tried to do it. Like, he's made up that story. That bit's made up. I promise you. Alan knows nothing. That bit's made up. It might well be his motivation. You could infer that was his motivation because it looks like the American Daredevils and he's in England. You could infer that, but Alan's made it up like he knows something.
He saw fame, but he was, like I said, it's not quite right.
Or maybe it just said it there in the paper.
Off the cracker. Don't you think?
I knew it. We're going to have to abandon that, aren't we? Because it's not working, is it, Alan?
It's still being talked about to this day, and
my favourite bit of that was when Alan noticed that it was heavily referencing the Netflix documentary, and so he said, right, in his brain, he said, right, they're going to clock me for there's a Netflix documentary, and I'm obviously talking about this thing, and they're going to clock that, so I'm going to say, yeah, well, you should watch the Netflix too. It's quite good. Me and the Daily Mail, we both advise it.
I want to know more. I really want to know more. I must know more. Talk TV might know something.
Oh, this is when he does this. I must know more means I've run out of content and things have gone wrong, so I'm just going to open up a fucking random search and get a video. Talk TV might know something. I must know more. Let's watch all the local news stations. Yeah, let's just drag this out for another couple of hours. I must know more.
The detectives were overwhelmed.
This isn't more. This is less. This is Talk TV are just going to sum up things in a very quick and they're not going to have deep and detailed and extra analysis, are they? Talk TV's 3-minute video. Get bent, Alan. I must know more.
By tens of thousands of pieces.
You
of
want more
information
money
from well-meaning members of the public
for watching boring videos on YouTube.
Police manhunt ever.
Jill Dando was
And
much more
you'll
than a
now.
colleague.
What he's done now is he's switched over to YouTube. Probably Talk TV, which is probably on YouTube, yeah, because it's not so good, is it? What you're doing, Alan? So watching YouTube content's better, isn't it, Alan? If only you could still be on YouTube, Alan.
She was everyone's friend, and now, as Jill helped others,
I have never seen Jill Dando.
Oh, this looks good.
In flesh.
This is
George
good.
had been described by some Fulham residents as the local weirdo, but he
You're
was
the
much
local
more
weirdo, Alan.
sinister than
Alan's
that.
the local weirdo, aren't you, Alan? You're the local weirdo. Alan's the local weirdo. Alan's the local, the noncer. Aren't you, Alan? That's what you're known as. Local man about the town to keep away from. Keep your kids away.
Was a fantasist who had falsely claimed to be named Paul Gadd, real name of Gary Glitter or Barry Bulsara,
Ooh.
the cousin of Queen singer Freddie Mercury.
Oh, hello.
And police eventually searched his phone. Infamously, they recovered
This is so
this
awful.
photograph of George posing in a gas mask while holding a starting pistol. Detectives were convinced they had their man when a forensic scientist said he'd found a particle of what could have been firearms residue from the
This
gun
is summing
used
up
to kill
everything
Jill
that,
Dando.
this is what Alan should be doing in his own episode, is showing the pictures that he's, brought, and, I put together, a slideshow of the stuff, and, these are my ideas, and I've thought this, and then summing up, this was the case, and this is what, this is what Alan should be doing. Instead, this woman's doing it on Talk TV, and he's just watching it.
But doubts remained over his ability to carry out such a well-planned execution.
You're right,
In
Alan?
2007, his conviction was quashed on appeal, and the following year he was cleared on a retrial after the firearms residue
Where's Winston
was
tonight?
dismissed.
Serving 8 years in prison for...
Living with Luke, where he actually lives. So
George was also denied compensation for unlawful conviction because he'd lied to police. He continues to protest his innocence.
Everything was taken away from this man when the police
Please,
started.
I wish their video would stop so Alan could just, like, you know, what's he doing? Do you know what was interesting as well? I don't think he even lines up the next video. I think he's doing something else and, like, you know, just, I don't think he even thinks further than the next video.
As one Irish villager told us, he shuffles around looking harmless, but everyone knows what a disturbing past he's had.
That's Alan, shuffles around looking harmless, but everyone knows what.
Still with me is Paul Settler, former detective
she's
who's on
back.
the murder squad that responded on the night.
But the
of Jill
buffering
Dando's
started
killing.
again.
And I'm also joined now down the line by Michael Mansfield.
Look, his
KC,
buffering
who
started.
represented Barry George in court at that
It's
original
all gone a bit
trial.
herky-jerky.
Michael, thank you very much for your time. We've heard there from Barry George's family and Holly's report saying that he'd been...
Alan's not noticed because he's not watching.
Malicious.
I'll tell you what it is. They say to him,
innocent.
don't they, about closing these windows. Right, hang on, I'm muting it. They say to him about closing these windows. Well, obviously, whatever he's doing that he's concentrating on, it's made his stream go all herky-jerky, hasn't it? Because he's not concentrating on his stream going herky-jerky because he would notice. Oh, he's having a look now. He's having a look now. It's going herky-jerky again, Alan. Your numbers are dropping because of it. There's only 119 watching now, which will be... You've got 16 that got named as the core group, and then you've got, like, me and 2 more, probably. That's it. The 100 is obviously paid for, isn't it? Fake views, because no one's sticking around to watch this. Like, not even I mean, I'm supposed to be trolling you, and I can't sit through this.
See why this was such an unreliable and unsafe conviction. First of all,
I mean, this looks like Jimmy Savile and Jimmy
I'm going to take a couple of
Savile.
minutes to do this because it's extremely important to set the scene here. And these are facts.
No, don't take a couple of minutes to do this. He's chosen a big long video. Talk
First
TV.
point, Jill Dando did not live
Live.
at that house.
It's a stream. It's a live stream. It says live. So it's going to be a long one.
Property, we believe, and she was staying at her fiancé's house that evening. Yeah, okay.
Talk TV investigates now. You've got that for a fucking hour. Fucking hell, Alan. Like, what a load of shit. What a proper load of shit. Talk TV for an hour. Is that it now for them? Where's Talk TV? Let me find it. I bet it's on YouTube. Talk TV. Jill Dando. Oh, here, this one's 13 minutes. But this stream is 50 minutes and it's got Jeremy Kyle on it. Jeremy Kyle investigates. 50 minutes you could have. Or this one is a 5 minutes. Jenny Bond. And that's got the woman on it. There's loads of them. You could go for hours on this just playing Talk TV. I mean, it's their content. This is the one he's watching, this 13-minute one.
Unforgettable.
100% this is the one he's watching, the 13-minute one. Where are you, Alan? It's gone herky-jerky for you, though.
Parking space for her BMW right outside. Now, you will see on these shots here that the distance
You're right, you big
between
twat.
the BMW she was driving and the front door, there we are.
There we are. It's
very
that man,
short
okay. That's the
indeed.
man I'm looking for. There we are.
So if somebody...
Except I'll be able to play it without it being all herky-jerky. Look, watch. See, look, here's me playing it now. Let's just turn that off. Here's me playing it on my stream. And here's the man, look. And they're not herky-jerky.
Why this was such
There's the man.
An unreliable and unsafe conviction.
See how normal it is on my stream?
First of all...
Oh, it chopped a little bit.
I'm going to take a couple of minutes to do this because it's extremely important to set the scene.
That was him, though.
And these are facts. They're not speculation at all.
So there he is. That's the video Alan's watching. It's a 13-minute video on Talk TV. And let's go back to Alan in the studio, who is fighting his way through his internet.
I'm only describing the facts. I haven't said that. You've said that.
Sorry, Michael, all I'm doing that is because I'm aware
Look at how
of
shit
time.
you are,
So
Alan.
tell me, based
Alan
on the
is
facts
shit.
that you've laid out, what
It's shit.
conclusions you come to, if
I can't
you
get
do
this
have a
out.
theory
Like,
as to what happened
this can no longer stand, Alan. This is shit. He hasn't stopped it. He hasn't spoken about it. He hasn't said anything. It's shameless. If you want to watch Talk TV and you think Talk TV is good, then someone can just go and watch Talk TV. It's all right. But Alan is shit.
To do it. From parking the car...
Going straight to theories because those are what
Here we
you'd
go.
like to know.
This is Alan's.
How on
This is
earth
what
did he
Alan's going to
arrive at
add.
this conclusion. So
After
I'm
10
setting
minutes
out
of it.
the steps that you have to take to get to the conclusion.
It's awful
That
shit.
Not giving him the time.
There we go.
But here's the thing. If it was a hit, they had a minute to do it. From parking the car, the blue BMW you saw, from there to opening the door, it's less than a minute. How were they so prepared?
Because it was a hit.
Because she went on for a fax that was sent?
Listen, if someone's prepared, it's because they're a hit person and they're prepared. They're ready to go at a moment's notice, sat there waiting. And then the minute something happens, they drive around, park the car, jump out. Like, you know, isn't it that? Isn't that what hit people do? Doesn't that explain itself?
Was somebody waiting?
I'm not even trying to solve this murder or anything. I'm just telling you, like, you know, it's weird to assume that hit people would be unprepared and they wouldn't just be like... they only had a minute to do it in. That's what they do. That's the whole point. That's what hit people do.
Farling's apartment and said she's on her way. Was she followed in the BMW to there? Or was someone lying in wait?
Alan doesn't know. But he's gone choppy. I've not paused it. That's Alan.
Is not somebody who is going to be in a position to carry out that.
And we're back.
Furthermore,
Watching
people were seeing
that shit. Like, it's Talk TV with Alan pausing it for about 5 seconds every now and then. It's the worst fucking awful grift. And that's why in their chat, like, there's no new people. There's Jerry only. I don't know what's wrong with Jerry only. What's wrong with Jerry only? No videos. Is Jerry a real person? I don't know, maybe. Like, Jerry only. I'm not going to... Actually, fuck this. I'm not going to open up pictures of Jerry only. Like, and stalk Jerry only. But, like, maybe Jerry only doesn't know what Alan is and who he is. But, like, there's just, like, one other person in their chat. Like, and then it's them. Like, it's fucking... So what it is there's one new person, Jerry only. He's sandwiched in their chat. Look, this is funny as fuck as well. Actually, I'll just move it across like that. In the chat, you see, they've all got the... You know, they're all members. They've all got the highlight around them, except for Jerry only, who doesn't have the highlight around him. And then it's all of them, and it's Jerry only. And then it's all of them, and it's Jerry only. So it's like, it's all of them, and then they sandwich Jerry. And then it's them, and it's Jerry. And then it's just all of them, and the Irritable Owl. The Irritable Owls are doing one. But, like, you know, all of them, and they sandwich. And Jerry's just in there with loads of people who... Like, it's just him and them. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, look, there's Ogre as well. Ogre as well. So there you go. Like, but isn't it fucking awful? Yes, it is fucking awful. It's herky jerky. It's not working again, is it, Alan? Look, it's not working again. It's all gone herky jerky. You're playing someone else's content to waste time, waste everyone's time. You've not really done a show about Jill Dando. Netflix had it. You watched it, or someone else watched it and wrote something for you. You read the Daily Mail, you played a video, you're playing another video. The videos you're playing are from YouTube, and you're banned off YouTube. So, I mean, how grimy and low is it that YouTube, that shit place that's awful that you don't want to be on, they're the people that you steal the content from now, the people that are on YouTube. And it's harder for them to get the copyright strike on you immediately because you're broadcasting it on Rumble. But do you know what, actually, Alan? Talk TV might hit you harder on copyright for rebroadcasting them on Rumble like this than you realise. And I think some of our people in our chat might decide to contact Talk TV and point this out to them, because some people might, you know, once it's pointed out to Talk TV, they don't want to be on Rumble being just played like this with no... This isn't fair use. It's not like, oh, I'm talking about it and making a conversation about it. He's just played the whole fucking video, 13 minutes of. Like, this is just content theft. And he's thieving it away from YouTube into Rumble, where they can't receive their advertising money, because if you get done for copyright on YouTube, then they can receive the money for it, but over here they can't. So it's even worse for them, isn't it, in a way? Really stupid for Alan to be doing this, especially as it's just media that... He moved off the Daily Mail because I suppose Rumble... He heard what I said. Rumble people don't like the Daily Mail, so he binned off the Daily Mail. Are you listening to me now, Alan? Alan, if you're listening to me now, then touch your nose or your face or rub your head. Or rub your head, and you're listening to me, aren't you, Alan? Alan, you're listening to me. Are you listening to me, you sweaty pedo? Are you listening to me, you sweaty pedo? Alan, don't do it. Do your poker face now. Do your poker face. If you are listening to me, rub your face, touch your face. He's going to touch his face. You know he is, so that's going to happen. Alan, are you listening to me now? Have you got me on the other window? Have they told you that I'm restreaming you? Have you got me on the other window? Is that what's happening? Come on. Come on, you have, haven't you? Don't you smile. Don't you smile. Don't you smile. Oh, you little bastard. Don't you smile. Oh, he's smiling. Oh, he's going to do a little smiling. He can't help it. Oh, he's talking now. He's talking now. We will never know. We will never know. But he's decided he can't sit there anymore. He's smiling now. He's smiling now.
Commit this murder, okay?
He's smiling now.
You don't have to believe me. I've studied this case since I was a kid. And
you studied just wait. He just said he wait.
Really? Do you want to know why? Well,
wait. He said he studied the case since he was a kid. Wait, I think he was listening to me. I think he was listening to me. Yeah, I think he did have to smile, and he had to bin out of this quickly and start talking. Otherwise, he would start smiling and laughing. Yeah.
Good interview for that poor lady. Wow, what an awkward gentleman. What an awkward gentleman. Now, I'm here to tell you that Barry George did not commit this murder, okay? Now, you don't have to believe me.
I've been following it since I was a kid.
I've studied this case since I was a kid.
I've studied this case, the Dando murder in the late 90s, since I was a child. And I'm 70 now, so what the fuck am I talking about? Oh, you couldn't write it, could you? Talk such shit. What's he on about? I'll tell you something else that's really funny as well. Oh, Alan.
That time, an awkward gentleman. Now, I'm here to tell you that Barry George did not commit this murder. Okay.
When he moved then...
Good interview for that poor lady. Wow, what an awkward
Listen
gentleman.
When he moves.
What an awkward gentleman. Now, I'm here to tell you that Barry George did...
Did you hear that? It was like you heard like crisps or something, like, or like the rustling of a microphone.
Casey and...
That was a
Listen to when he moves.
For that poor lady. Wow, what an awkward gentleman. What an awkward gentleman. Now, I'm here to tell you that Barry George did not commit this murder,
you hear that?
okay? Now,
you heard that when you moved. You heard it like the microphone. The microphone, he's down on the table or on the sofa, or not the sofa, sorry, the chair, or on his lap, or down here somewhere, because it picked up that movement. Maybe he touched the table where it was, or maybe it was literally under the floor, or and it's down here somewhere because you heard it when he moved. We located the microphone. That's not the microphone. That's just a fake. And he moved and you heard a bit of a sound of it. So it's down somewhere. And like the voice is being projected. Like his sound is so bad because he's hiding his microphone somewhere. He's a fucking idiot. A fucking idiot. There's people in his chat. They might be trolls or they might be real people. Yeah, that one's got an alien face, so it might be a troll, right? But maybe it's a real one. If they ever find out, like, if he gets any new people, they need to find out what the real Alan's like, don't they? They need to see our videos.
to believe me, I've studied this case since I was a kid.
You've studied it since you were a kid?
He didn't do it.
He's all discombobulated.
Really? Do you want to know why? Well, he might have been arrested for it. He might have dressed up in a mask with a shooting pistol.
Repeating things now.
He might have had a record.
You got a Gary Glitter record, mate. Skipping it on. I'm trying to skip it on, but Rumble's fucked. There we go.
Top of the range after what I consider to be government stuff. Let's just call it government stuff. Now, Barry, despite his acquittal and release, has never received a penny in compensation. This is unheard of.
Unheard of.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
No evidence.
Unheard of.
No compensation.
Unheard of. To the best of my knowledge, Alan Vinnicombe is not a paedophile. I have no direct evidence that Alan Vinnicombe is a paedophile. I'm not saying Alan Vinnicombe is a paedophile. To the best of my knowledge, Alan Vinnicombe is not a paedophile. When I saw this video, my stomach dropped. What you're watching is a duet between Alan Vinnicombe and Jill.
Because the jury,
Alan's at home during lockdown, and so is Jill.
Such a big world.
This isn't the only video of Alan Vinnicombe with a child.
Can't give you conversation because you're not innocent enough.
You know what I've just realised?
show that he never ever committed this crime.
I've just realised that I've not gone through that video forensically. You know, I've got it copied on my hard drive and uploaded to YouTube and all that, but I haven't gone through, you know, since we realised it was live and the kid waves at him, I always stop. Like, for the edit, I stopped just there. I uploaded the whole thing to YouTube. I didn't want to sit and watch it all. When we found it on the internet the first time, we didn't sit and watch it all the way through. I think maybe we watched a bit of it, but like we were like, whoa, like shocked. But like, I haven't really gone through it and forensically looked at every, you know, all the way through it. Might need to do that at some point.
And I'm voting him not guilty, Your Honour. So I'm going to ask you the question, because you are my study group, the remnants.
The remnants.
I've got on the
remnants.
hand movements of the woman with no name,
Alan and the Remnants. There's another title for today's video.
Nicole Kessinger. If you like the Watts case, join me on Patreon in about half an hour or so. So if he's innocent, which I believe he is, and most of you do.
They've popped it in chat again. Patron. Welsh
really
Pam,
did.
come and join Patron. Like, if they're lucky, they might rope in this one new person. Is Boy a new person, or is that one of their old ones with a funny name? Like, they might rope. They've got like one or two they're trying to rope in. And if they do manage to rope them in, then they're only in there long enough to find out the rest of the stuff about Alan Vinnicombe, the Armchair Detective. Because as they're in the group, as they enter into the group, they'll be like, oh, who is this man? I like this man. Oh, he's done these other stuff. He's done a book in the past, has he? Oh, look into that. Oh, hang on, what's this other stuff on the internet about him? Like, it's just only going to go bad for you. Grow, Alan. Get as big as you can. Because you're on shaky ground. All those people don't know. You have to hide everything from them. You can't hide it. And when they find out, they're not going to be happy. They're not going to be happy they supported that man. So they're going to be cross. I suppose Alan doesn't care. He's had the money. But, you know, it might not go so well for you to make people cross like that.
We've got one last film that might sway you to my idea that it was a professional hitman.
One more film.
I really do think it's a professional hit.
You do think it's a hit now. Just a minute ago you said, if it's a hit, how could that happen? Because it was just a minute for them to do it in and they just pulled up, so it's not a hit. But now it is a hit. The only thing, I'll tell you what's not a hit. Alan's not a hit. Great Britain News here. They're going good guns at the moment, aren't they? Things are going well for them, aren't they, Alan? Great Britain News. Their take on the Dando thing, because it was a big thing on Netflix. It's like this grotty, like it's the same fucking thing. Look, the murder 25 years on, an interview on Lorraine, which isn't even Great Britain News' territory. They're stealing it from Lorraine. Is Lorraine a show on Great Britain News now, is it? I don't know. But like now Alan's watching Great Britain News, who were watching Lorraine. How he's talking to this man, the man who sold his soul to the devil, Mark Williams Thomas, who went into the Nicola Bulley case, tweeting about it, like head screwed on, wide awake, came out the Nicola Bulley inquest, sold his soul to Great Britain News, decided to work for them and tweet about what they want him to tweet about. Great. There we go. And Alan's there scratching his head thinking, well, his hair's, we're a bit. This is the man that Alan modelled himself on in a way, isn't it? He's actually sat in an armchair. He's just sat in an armchair. Wait. Mark Williams Thomas is sat in an armchair, like Alan's armchair, look. And behind him, he's got an on-air sign, look, and his certificate, and his books, and his award that you can get if you special. He's Mark Williams Thomas, a bit of an Alan. He certainly fucking looks like it. There's the two of them. Tweedledum and Tweedledee. Fucking hell.
Chief Inspector Hamish Campbell at the time, who was leading the investigation.
Alan's thinking I could get myself an on-air symbol and some... I need to get myself some shelves. I've still got that trophy for when I was a fucking dickhead, and they gave me a trophy for being the biggest dickhead of all time. I've still got that. I can put that up. Fuck that, no one wants to buy my trophy. I'll put up my pictures. That guy's got books. Alan hasn't got any books. He's got a few copies of Mayfair that he kept specifically because they had particular ladies that he liked. One that looked like his daughter. He's got a copy of Playboy, or like a copy of grotty Playboy that's got pictures of a woman that looks like his daughter. He's got that still, but he ain't got any books. Have you, Alan? Have you got any books? Got a couple of cookbooks that someone... Oh, here's the ham hand coming to show. Yes. You got any books? What books does Alan have? In chat now, what books does Alan have? You'll go above my head. Come on, what books does Alan have? What kind of books does he have? I know there's not that many of you. I know that we're on Twitch and it's late at night. But if you can think of a book that Alan has... Can you pop it into chat there? What kinds of books would go on Alan's? I bet at Christmas someone bought him a Peaky Blinders book. I'm saying he's got a porn mag with a woman in it that looks like his daughter. The Shadow Man, yeah, 46 copies of The Shadow Man. All signed by Alan. That he could have sent out if he wanted to, but oh, it's buffering!
In what's being cut yet.
It's buffering. Oh, it's back.
Sister. One of the things...
It's back. Lucky. Mark Williams Thomas is back talking to Dan Wootton. Alan's just like a fucking vulture. Like, he'll just anything. Look. Oh, it's buffering again. So we've got the opinion of Talk TV, the opinion of Dan Wootton and Mark Thomas. We've got the, everyone's opinions inform Alan's, which is that Alan thinks it was this and now he thinks it's that. And like when people are tuning in now, look, people are staying 148 watching. Do you notice that number? Like I said, there's the core group, which seems to be of 116 strong. Yeah? Which is not. It's there's the 16 that are there and there's the 100 that he's bought. But when people drop in and see this, and Alan's tiny in the corner, this is Rumble. They will stay and watch GB News. They don't know, they're foolish enough to have just dropped into this. It says about Jill Dando. This is a man in the studio. There is another man. It's Jill Dando. It's GB News. Oh, this is all right. I'm staying and watching. Like, they might assume this is a GB News stream. Like, maybe this is Dan Wootton's stream, or maybe that's the Armchair Detective there in his armchair. Maybe they assume that this is the Armchair Detective because they don't know who he is. Do you know what I mean? That's what they think is happening. And then when they realise that's not what's happening, they fuck off again. When Alan comes back in a minute, they fuck off again. What's Alan doing? Alan, what are you doing, you twat? This is so bad. I'm watching Alan talking about it, and he complains, oh, they're just watching me and talking. But come on, like, Alan, this is the worst stream of all time. Like, he keeps going from lows to lows, but it's so bad. It's so bad.
This story to an...
Americans, rise up. Get this reopened. I need you, America. We're not bothered over here, but I'm bothered. I think international pressure might do it.
International pressure. You think Welsh Pam and Anaphylaxis dropping them some fucking messages in chat to get on them on Patreon will do it. I think if we get Melissa Marvelous and Natural Healing to ask them to come and join Patreon for $10 a month over and over again, they might reopen the case.
Foul of those words if the lawyers decide to take action against him. But what is interesting is
Mark Williams Thomas in his armchair, just like Alan. Fucking hell. This is like what Alan wishes he could be, and there is Alan, what he actually is. And I think both of them are laughable, but like Mark Williams Thomas slightly less so. I understand he's took the bag, you know, he sold his soul, he's took the money, so, you know, all his opinions are no longer his own, and I now think of him as a bit of a chuffer, but, you know, I did have some respect for him before, some. Look at Alan touching your face. Is that mean you're watching me? Oh my God, you're certainly not. Are you watching Mark Williams Thomas in his armchair, Alan? Mark Williams Thomas with his award. I bet he's talked to Isla. I bet he's met Isla. I bet Mark Williams Thomas has met Isla.
Now, before I go, I want to show you a bit of rare film from many years ago.
No.
Weirdness of a guy
not more
that seems to know more than anyone, right? I'm going to show you a bit. This is like some guy who says he's got inside information about the case, And he filmed this, like, God knows, 16 years ago.
A YouTube video.
16 years ago. Let's have a look at this.
We're on 26th of April 1999.
Didn't even listen.
UK TV presenter Jill Dando was shot dead at 11:30.
It showed the whole YouTube thing there, didn't it? It showed the whole YouTube thing. He hadn't even fucking dropped them a subscribe, the shitbag. You know, this is a tiny channel now, years later. This has not got millions, like, you know, you're going to get away with stealing this, except he just showed Something Records. Says Something Records. And he hasn't even dropped them the subscribe, the shitbag. Was I quick enough? Was I quick enough? Was I quick enough? Still on session, yeah? Still on session? Yeah. Okay, Ob's just had a little... yeah, we're back, what I noticed though, right here, I don't know if you caught this, right? I was just moaning that this was like someone else's video and he hasn't subscribed, yeah? You caught that, didn't you? To tell me if you caught that, which I assume you did, because I've just said it again now anyway. What was the last thing I said? Because I've noticed this is fucked up. This is something special. Alan, bad man you naughty Alan. So check this out. You'll like this, everyone. You'll all like this. Some of you armchair detectives. Again, when I highlight these things, I'm not going to report this, but maybe someone out there in the crowd, you know, maybe all of you, maybe a lot of you, maybe some of you, I don't know. Maybe some of you might want to get on this. So, oh, this is so beautiful. No, they're my windows, aren't they? They're my windows. I thought I thought he got battery exhausted open at the top, but they were my windows. Oh, that was annoying. But this is true, right? This is true. Alan's opened this up, and you can see YouTube. What we're watching here, yeah. YouTube. This is Alan's window here. YouTube, yeah. What we're watching. YouTube, isn't it? Alan's watching YouTube. He's banned from YouTube, isn't he? That's a P. That's his account on YouTube, the letter P. I don't know what his name is, but it's the letter P. And it's premium. I'm going to have to get YouTube Premium now, because it's well rough me making us sit through adverts. And I know it costs money, and I'm like, oh, it costs money, and I've got to sort it out. But, yeah. But how does Alan have YouTube Premium if he's banned from using YouTube? So whose account is that? And how have they got themselves using YouTube Premium? And is somebody back on YouTube when they shouldn't be? Little Alan? Or are you borrowing somebody else's account? Or what are you doing? Because that's like, you know, how come you've got that? So out there in the world, the armchair detectives that watch this, they might be interested in that.
Years ago. Let's have a look at this.
I'm not interested in the video, so I'm going to skip.
Guy's saying, all those years ago, and you have to pick around it, that how has this murder happened? And buses and roads, and no one's seen any CCTV footage of this guy.
Because back then, they didn't have CCTV everywhere. Are you an idiot?
Like the Bully case, where no one sees CCTV footage of poor old Nicola Bully around the village the day she died. No one has got any pictures of this murderer that did it in broad daylight in a busy street where there's buses, where there's CCTV. How is he missed?
What CCTV is he talking about? Because there's buses. Did the buses have CCTV on them back then? Maybe. It wouldn't have been very good, and he would have been able to avoid the buses if he was trying to avoid being seen by CCTV by maybe, like, crouching behind one of these walls. What CCTV are you on about?
How is he missed?
Metadata man. Metadata man. Look at his stream now, look. It's good, isn't it?
These busy roads.
Oh. You're right, Alan.
are,
He's back.
and how difficult it was to not be seen that day. Was it even possible? I'll leave you with my thoughts. I believe it was a silencer. I believe it was a hit somewhere around her ear, between her ear and her temple.
Well, you know where she got shot because of the fucking... Like, what are you on about?
One bullet, and she died. And
That's not your thoughts. That's the autopsy report.
The killer caught her and let her fall to the ground.
Please say something from Alan's brain before the end, because it would be nice.
Seem that bothered.
Alan, please say something. Have a little ramble before you go, Alan. Please have a little ramble and say something. You know, have a little ramble about something different. Have a bit of fun with us. Come on, have a bit of fun with us, Alan. Have a bit of a ramble. Have a pop at the trolls. 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 Do something. Come on.
Did she have
coward man
proof on
Come
those
on,
guys?
Come on, Alan.
And as a female,
come on,
wouldn't be drawn into the. If you don't do as you're told, you lose your
My
job.
daughter.
If you don't do as you're told,
Me and Scarlett,
you're
Alan.
in trouble.
Me and Scarlett, are you listening?
Was she a brave woman?
Is Alan listening? Well, how does the delay work? How long is the delay between me saying it to him, hearing it to his show? How long's the delay on all that? Alan, me and Scarlett. Come on, Alan. Me and Scarlett. Are you listening? Please, Alan. Me and Scarlett. Are you listening? Or you looked over then. Are you listening? Are you listening? Come on, Alan. Are you listening? Me and Scarlett. Me and Scarlett, Alan. Me and Scarlett. Me and Scarlett. Me and Scarlett.
Caused a lot of trouble for certain people at the BBC. We now know, of course,
You're good, aren't you, Alan? You're good.
that there was many of these men at the BBC. At that time, we didn't know any.
Pedo men like Jimmy
At
Savile.
that time, the stuff that she'd been sent would have been groundbreaking and of disastrous consequences
Why
to
is the
BBC
telly wobbling?
and our politicians.
No.
Was it such dynamite? That
Natural
she had
Healing's
killed?
asking if you'll come and join Patreon again. I had their chat paused for 38 messages, and then I realised, I've had their chat paused, so I skimmed it back, and skimmed it on, and it was the same.
Prove it. I can't prove it, but that lady was hit, murdered, taken out.
Murdered,
for a reason.
murdered,
Not by a random killer. Not by this
Target,
Serbian
there's
stuff
been a
that they're trying to
murder.
promote
There's
for
been a
the medieval
murder.
time. No one says that
Murder.
now. Then, it was the
I
Serbian
don't like it when they do that, so.
because she covered
Hey,
it
Jess.
a little bit.
Big ups,
But
Red
people
Fan with the
forget
tear sub. Look at that.
the dossiers
Fucking hell.
and information she had
Fucking hell.
on very dangerous men in the Parliament and the BBC.
Very dangerous men. The pedo men that want to get them killed.
And I believe that's why she was killed.
That's why she was killed. She uncovered the pedo men. But Mark Williams Thomas uncovered the same pedo men. They didn't kill him.
Armchair Detective.
That's
Don't
the Armchair
believe the
Detective.
Patsy theory that poor man George did it. I say poor man, he wasn't a nice man, but he was stitched up for it.
100 people paid to
I'm gonna
watch,
go
22
to
for
organise my
real.
patron show now.
Now it's the patron show, and let's see if we can get Jerry on the hook for $10 this month.
Only put one link up at a time, so I'm going to be working on getting that up. I hope to see you in
He's going to be working on getting it
30
up.
minutes, okay? The girls will put up the link for Patreon now.
The girls, they've been putting it up
If
all
you'd like to
fucking night,
join.
Alan. They haven't stopped.
I'll see you in Patreon.
It's been constant.
And, I've got some new information on the hand movements of Nicole Kessinger,
No,
a
you
woman
haven't.
that no longer exists.
You got
She's
new
a figment
information
of your imagination.
on her hand movements.
Thanks very much, guys. I'll see you in
Like
Patreon
this, you
in
mean?
45 minutes or 30 minutes, however long it takes me. See you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Fuck you.
Minutes or 30 minutes, however long it takes me. See you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Fuck you.
Minutes or
Oh, it does this again at the end?
however long it takes me. See you soon.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
cool.
Thank you.
It just does this forever.
Minutes or 30 minutes,
Rumble's
however long
good.
it takes me. See you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Oh, it's stopped now.
Minutes or 30
Oh, no.
minutes, however long it takes me. See you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you.
It's good, isn't it, Rumble?
Minutes or 30 minutes, however long it takes me. See you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you.
What are you going to do? What's going to? How long? What takes you? He's going to jerk off now, isn't he? However long
Minutes
it.
or 30 minutes, however long it takes me. See you soon. Bye-bye.
How long
Thank
it
you.
takes me? He's going to jerk off
Minutes
now,
or
isn't
30
he?
minutes, however long it takes me. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Got $10 off. The whole net benefit here was $10 off Nosy Nana, and they might have badgered either Olga or Jerry Only into joining. Now, Olga's just got a picture of an alien, right? But Jerry Only's got a picture of himself, and I'm not dissing him. Like, it's just nobody that is in our circle that has just found Alan on the internet, yeah? Like, but he needs to know that Alan's like a noncer and you don't want to be attached to him. So poor Jerry Only might be, drawn into the spider's web inadvertently. But that's it for Alan. That's the whole point of today's broadcast about Jill Dando and all that he's done is like you've got the group there that they're so fucking gone. Welsh Pam didn't listen to a thing you said. She just fucking banged in spam into chat. Just hammered chat with spam. Welsh Pam has just been hammering chat with spam the whole time. Like, are you all right? What are you doing? Why were you doing that? And Sam has. And the others, they just bang. Like, so Jerry might have had enough of that. He might think, this is perfect for me. I love the way they banged on about Patreon. I'm going to go and join the Patreon. Or he might have thought, look, I've just had enough of this for one night. You don't know. But if he does join the Patreon, that's $10 less he's got and $10 more Alan's got. And that's the whole thing tonight. Let's bang at this man until he gives us $10. Nana gave me $10. Didn't really care about that. Just said, all right, thanks, Nana, fuck you. But like, we're growing, we're growing. We've got this one new person. It's so badly like a weird cult. It's untrue, isn't it? It's so weirdly bad. Yeah, the hat's in a bowler hat. The lamp's in a hat. The plant was in a hat the other day, and now the lamp is in a hat. It's just stupid. It shouldn't be there in the corner anyway. It's useless. It's illuminating this side of the screen. There's no point. That's my summing up of today's Alan episode. It's shit. Transparently shit. This one will let you skip back, apparently. Now I can skip that. Right, so how come the Royal Family one says DVR and I can't skip around in it and I can't watch it and it's got over 1,500 views? It's almost as if it's had the number of views that you've paid for it to have, despite people can't watch it. Look, I can't watch it. The comment says you can't play this. Stupid. This video, note it now, 698 views. Right? Jill Dando, just finished. 698. Watch that double overnight. Impossible. Impossible. Watch it finish on 1.6 or 1.7. You watch. Impossible. All been bought and paid for by Nosy Nana's $10. I bet $10 buys you 1,000 views. Sad that is, because there's all of that facade and shambles is for Melissa Marvelous to make her believe there's other people watching, and for all of that so that she will then badger that man Jerry to give him $10. You'd be better off being a gang of pickpockets on the street. You'd be more lucrative and frankly more ethical. I don't know. Like, it's just fucking awful. Banging on at Jerry. Jerry, join the fucking Patreon. Jerry, join the Patreon. Jerry, are you joining the Patreon? Have you joined the Patreon yet, Jerry? Jerry, do you think you might want to join the Patreon? Jerry, please don't go. Jerry, don't leave. Alan's bought another 1,000 subs. Come on, it'll be good. It's fucking ridiculous. I didn't see the start of it, did I? I didn't see what he said at the very start, did I? Here he is. Every episode starts like this now. Don't you know that you live? You've been doing it for...
We're gone live yet?
Yes! Oh, I figured it out. What am I even saying? Of course, he doesn't even press the live button, does he? Someone else is broadcasting this, of course, of course. He is a guest on someone else's. So, Jigsy Wigsy, if you didn't realise, right, this is... What's happening is in the corner at the bottom left, it says AD there. We figured this out the other day when his stream went down and he said, I'll log out. and the stream carried on, even though he logged out. I've always wondered, when he had technical difficulties, how the cat picture stays on. I thought he was resetting his webcam or something. But what's happening is that Alan is sending... like, you know how you can have a Zoom call, yeah? Or whatever. Like, Alan is on StreamYard, connected to somebody else. Alan is a guest. AD in the bottom left. Alan is a guest. And he's a guest probably on Kaka's setup. And Kaka goes live. And Alan runs the show and talks and can share his screen. This is why he can't do any of the stuff we can. Like, it's why he can't just move something around like this. Because he's sharing his screen. And what that means is his desktop screen. Like, you know, when something comes up on the screen that goes big, you have the black cat eyes, which is the person who's running the stream. That's Kaka, and it's the black cat. Yeah? That's who that is. Like, she should say Kaka in the bottom left, but she is the one running it, so it's just a picture of a cat. That's her avatar, a picture of a cat. Yeah? And then Alan is a guest on that, so it'll move back and you'll see the picture of the cat, and then you'll see the picture of the screen that Alan shares, and he can be a little screen, but he's not running the stream really. All he's doing is screen sharing. Like, he's a guest on someone else's show. So let's say, for example, he's on here and like, this is the thing about the court case. This is the weird thing. And Alan, like, if he's listening to this, he gives him ideas, but fuck it. Like, the weird thing is that he could probably just say, look, legally, I'm on someone else's show. They are streaming it from their IP. And this is probably what they're doing, IP hiding the IP, going around, you know, whatever. I'm a guest on Kaka's stream. And Kaka is the one that's doing the streaming, and I'm just a guest. So she's legally liable for everything I've said. And I'm not, because I'm a guest on her stream. But I think maybe it's so Alan doesn't have to do the tech bit. He's always pretending that he's a technical, you know, nincompoop and can't do it. But at the same time, pretending that he's a master of metadata and he can set up websites. So, like, it's a bit of a weird one. But, yeah, Alan here, the reason he's going live and he doesn't know is because they're going live and he's not ready yet or doesn't know. And by the time they tell him, we're live, he hasn't spotted that message. He's live, but they can't tell him, but he's live. Like, he's live on someone else's broadcast. That's his stream. Like, he's so shit. He's so shit. Imagine doing that as well. It makes me wonder. I mean, you know, he says he's dyslexic. Maybe he claims that. I'm dyslexic, I can't do it, you do it for me. But it makes me wonder how, if one of them left, like, let's say Kaka went on holiday. You know, when he says, like, oh, I'm going on holiday, Kaka can have a break or something like that, yeah? Like, if they're not there, can he not run his stream? Like, let's say Kaka went on holiday. Can Alan just not stream then? He's not capable. He can't do it. He needs somebody else to set it up and press, oh, Alan, you're live now. Oh, I'm live now. Right, okay, here we go. You know, he can get onto the Zoom call, the StreamYard thing, but he doesn't know the rest. Is that what's happening here? Because it puts him in a very vulnerable position, that does. 5 years into his streaming career. Now that's why he's doing this.
Are we going live yet?
Are we going live yet? You are live.
We're live.
You would know if you pressed the button, though, wouldn't you? You'd think, I've just pressed the go live button, I'm live. He waits till he can see it on the screen. He waits till this.
There I am.
Yeah, there I am.
Here I am.
Here I am, meaning here I am. He's not monitoring it like I'm monitoring my stream live in a monitor, like in control of it. He's monitoring it by watching his stream. Like, he's got Rumble open in another computer and Armchair Detective open on Rumble in another computer, and he's watching his stream. It's a bit like if I were to go on Twitch now, right, and watch my Twitch. Look, let me just show you this. My channel. So now I'm watching my own stream on Twitch, yeah? And there'll be a difference. Look, see how there's a delay? See this delay? The delay on Rumble is obviously bigger. Yeah? Do you want to hear us all? 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 We'll all be talking now. Do you want to hear us all? We'll all be talking now. Do you want to hear us all? We'll all be talking now. Do Do you want to hear us all? We'll all be talking now. Alan's a dick. Do you want to hear us all? We'll all be talking now. Alan's a dick. Do you want to hear us all? We'll all be talking now. Alan's a dick. Do you want to hear us all? We'll all be talking now. Alan's a dick. Do you want to hear us all? We'll all be talking now. Alan's a dick. Do you want to hear us all? We'll all be talking now. Alan's a dick. Do you want to hear us all? We'll all be talking now. Alan's a dick. Do you want to hear us all? We'll all be talking now. Alan's a dick. Do you want to hear us all? We'll all be talking now. Alan's a dick. Do you want to hear us all? We'll all be talking now. Alan's a dick. Do you want to hear us all? We'll all be talking now. Alan's a dick. Do you want to hear us all? We'll all be talking now. Alan's a dick. Do you want to hear us all? So this is not a good system for this is not a good system for monitoring your own stream, because it's not really monitoring your stream. It is live monitoring the feed that the audience sees. Yes, that is happening. Good. But I'm monitoring an OBS before I broadcast it, like as I broadcast it. I've also got my Twitch window that gives me a monitor window, much like opening up my own stream would be, but instead I'm doing it within the dashboard of Twitch, you know, like behind the scenes, watching my own stream. And I've got I can see how long I've been on stream, how many viewers I've got, my followers, my bitrate, stuff like that. Yeah. Like, Alan's not doing any of that. Do you know what I mean? Like, Alan, so he doesn't get the direct, that's interesting as well, he doesn't get the direct feedback. Like, you know, if you're running your own stream, you can see the numbers going up or down. You know if you're doing something wrong because everyone's binning off and fucking off. Alan can't see even that. He can't even see the stats. Like, he's not logged into his own, like, Rumble account here. He's logged into some call, like StreamYard probably, or Zoom call, or whatever it is, and someone else is logged into Rumble and is streaming it. You see what I'm saying? So, like, he's like, not only is it really shit to do, to be, it's a weird way. It makes me question where the money goes. It makes me question whether Alan's got direct, you know, he might have all that set up, but has he got the PayPal going straight to him? Maybe the money goes straight to him, but he still has to get someone else to put the stream online and have the Rumble account. But if they've got the Rumble account, like, it's Alan's Rumble account, it pays Alan, but someone else has got access so they can run the stream, right? It's a fucking weird setup, isn't it? You know, it makes you question whether these people are in it together, making, you know, whether they get a cut, whether they're part of the scam. You know, whether the reason, like, one of the reasons these people might not leave is because they just might be in the scam and they might like scamming people. So it doesn't matter if I prove Alan's a paedophile. They'll just be like, oh, well, he's a paedophile, so what? So am I. I don't care. Let's scam people. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, maybe they're committed because they're actually just part of the scam. Like, it's so fucking weird, though, isn't it?
Welcome to my new abode.
It's the same place that you've been the whole time.
Houses again.
You haven't moved houses.
Yes, I've had to move again.
No, you haven't. You still live in the same place in Exmouth. You're just trying to say that because you know I know that you live in Exmouth, so you're now scared, so you're pretending that you've moved. You've moved the angle of the camera. The painting is still on the wall in the same place. You've moved the desk, maybe. Like, you were sat with your back against the wall here and the desk up against here. You've moved the desk over or something. Like, you haven't moved house. Everything else is in the same place in the room. It's just that the camera has moved. Are you fucking insane? Honestly, are you fucking insane? You think overnight you moved house?
This is better, isn't it? Now we've got a whole room to ourselves. Before, I just had a flat wall. Now I've got a whole room with new lighting. And welcome. A
new room with new lighting? You mean you've done exactly what I... Do you remember I laughed at him and said, why is he sat... he uses the green screen to pretend he's in a room, but he's actually in a room. Why would you do that? And then when we saw his setup without the green screen, I laughed and I said, why are you sat with your back against the wall instead of pointing your camera? Like, why doesn't your desk not... Like, why is it arranged this way instead of the other way? Like, you're confused. Like, he hasn't done it properly yet. He still hasn't figured it out. He's moved the desk further forwards instead of sitting the other side of the desk. The desk should be against the wall, Alan. You should be sat up to the desk, and the far distance behind you should be the whole of the room. Don't you understand? He's at his nan, says Jigsy Wigsy. Did he repaint the black room? This is Alan. He lives in Exmouth. This is Alan in his room in Exmouth. Like...
Jill Dando tonight. I'm not going to miss any time. We've got 2 shows tonight. Right after this, I'm doing a Patreon
I mean, honestly, that was the most weird lie you've ever heard, wasn't it?
show. I've got some new information on NK, Nicole Kessinger, about her body language. Some very, very top level.
And how can you skim over it? Yes, I've had to move house. What do you mean you've had to move house? Isn't that costly? Doesn't that cost a lot of money? Don't you have to box up all your stuff? Where have you moved to? Is it somewhere nice? Who's paying for it? Is it cheaper than your last house or more expensive? You don't have to pay rent, do you? Or you do? Or what? What's going on? Like, how can you just pretend you moved house?
Giveaways that she's done that I haven't covered before. So please join me after Patreon. The girls will put it up.
The girls, yeah.
No more Alien, as you see. It's a beautiful picture tonight, isn't it? Isn't it a beautiful picture? Because I've moved, I've got a stronger signal. Stronger signal.
No, you haven't. As we saw from, because I did this backwards because we jumped into his live and, like, your signal is still shit. You haven't moved house, you've moved the desk.
Yeah, so no more aliens.
And the reason the signal looks stronger is because you've turned off the filter and you've turned off the green screen, which makes your computer chug.
Okay, so first of all, you all know Jill Dando, right?
And we're not getting into this
I
shit.
don't know if you do.
And look, there he goes. Look, the screen's gone funny.
It's on Netflix at the moment.
Because he hasn't
I'll
got
give you a
good
little
quality
preview,
internet.
and
And he hasn't moved.
It's the official.
Oh, he started out with the Netflix. At least he did say it's on Netflix.
Right?
Look.
Or do you? I don't know if you do. I'll give you. It's on Netflix at the moment. I'll give you a little preview, and I'll tell you all about it. Here's the official trailer from Netflix.
The official trailer from Netflix. My God, I thought he would try to hide the fact he was just copying Netflix. I actually didn't realise he was going to lead with, this is on Netflix, here's the trailer. It's such a bad, so bad. Oh, and that's what I mean. Now he's zoomed, like, so what he's done here is he's in a call, isn't he, with this person, and then we're sharing the screen, are we? Or this is a background that is put in by somebody? But we're sharing a screen now. So Alan's gone to the side and he's going to share his screen with the call. Like, it's not that Alan is running a stream as such, is it really? It's weird.
Netflix. This is the official trailer to get you all excited.
I'm not watching that, obviously. Like,
that what was used to convince him, convict him was flimsy. It was flimsy.
And then he's going to talk about it, and then he's going to put the Daily Mail on. That's where we come in on this video, isn't it? That's where we come in. So, I didn't realise. I'm glad that we went back to the start. You know, to finish, I didn't realise Alan was going to pretend to have moved house, and all the questions that throws up. I know why he's doing it, because he's scared, because he lives in Exmouth, and he's scared that we know where he lives. I know why he's doing it, but being scared, you know, that's one thing, but being a weird liar, that's quite another. And if you, like, let's say you did move house and you were going to announce it on stream by being in a room that looks exactly like the same room as you were in before, but with the desk slightly moved, and why did you put the painting back up in the same place? And why didn't you make an effort? Why didn't you move to a different room? Do you know what I mean? If I wanted to say I'd moved house and all of a sudden, like, I'd just moved to a different room, and I'd be like, right, no, I'd leave it 2 days as well, and I'd box some stuff up. And I'd be like, welcome to the new room, new house, I've had to move, I'm just unboxing all this stuff, so this stream will be a bit different because I'm just unpacking. Like, Alan, like, if we ever see him doing that, you'll know that he's got the idea off me now. Like, he's in the same fucking room, in the same fucking, like, I've had to move house. Maybe he's avoiding legal correspondence. Here's a thing. Here's a thing. Here is a thing. Someone's court case came up. Not Alan's, but High Court. Let's have a look, Exeter. Is there like a news? I saw someone was in court, in High Court, which started sitting again. It was for this isn't what I'm looking for. It was for a case of defamation. No, it was like a similar sort of, it was one of those High Court UK, let's just put defamation. It was going to, like, it was coming up in October, and I was like, oh yeah, of course it's coming up in October. We're in October now, and it was like the 17th or something. So the courts are now sitting again, essentially. So Alan's court case will be coming around quite quick, I think. It's really interesting, isn't it? Now he's on Rumble, he's not talking about it at all. That's really interesting, isn't it? It's still listed on the court finder. Hang on, what am I looking at here? The law pages. This is still case filed, active here. Active behind me now. Don't need to move. I can move this. Still case filed, active. Last case activity 15th of June, which is when he would have been served. July, August, September, October, November. July, August, September, October we're in now. And the courts, I know that the courts were closed for summer, but they open again in October. And then there's like a list of all hearings, aren't there? So, because if I go to this and search for Cohen Davis, these are all the cases that Cohen Davis have got listed here. Alan's is on this list there. 16th of November 2022 on this list. And then there's all these other ones that are ahead of him on the list. Look, since Alan's, there's been more. 31st of August was the most recent. These are the ones they filed. And there'll be some before Alan as well, won't there? So we had a look back to see which was the oldest one that had been completed. That case is still active. This case is still active. This case was concluded, this one. This case was concluded, this one in January. At the bottom, this one was concluded. So the case is... so you can't see all the right-hand side of the screen, can you? Sorry, just get it over for you. On the right-hand side, it's got these numbers and it shows you the date. So basically, there's a stack of cases. It won't just be this company that litigate either, will it? But there'll be a stack of cases lined up for the courts. Alan's will be, you know, at the High Court in Exeter, and it'll be lined up along with some other cases. These are all of these cases won't be in the High Court in Exeter. These will be in other places as well. But you know, as the case goes through, it will go through, won't it? And it's on this list of all these other ones. It's like real, so that's still hanging over him. I'm surprised he hasn't talked about that for ages. I wonder what that's about. I wonder why he hasn't talked about that. Which court extra it'll be? If he lives in Exmouth, so he'll be in Exeter. Are the courts public? Court rolls are public, apparently, you're saying. I don't know. Steve reckons that you can get like information. I'm not knowledgeable about it, but what I'm interested in is that he hasn't talked about it since he's been off YouTube. No. It's weird, isn't it? He's talked about me now. Maybe he's coming round to it, you know, maybe he's going to mention it again. He's talked about me now, but since he got kicked off YouTube, he went quiet on the trolls. Specifically Martin D and Val, you know, all of them. He used to mention them once a week, didn't he? Once a week. He's just gone quiet on that. He's brought out the chuffer again, the willy in my mouth. He had to bring that out yesterday. I don't know why. Oh, he tried to rope it into slander. I think what it was actually, there's a good interesting point. It was just the day before. Crime cover-up expert smeared. What he was trying to do there was lay the groundwork so that when people find out the videos about him, he can say, well, they did it to Peter Folding, they did it to this guy, Goncalves Amaral, they did it to this woman, they're doing it to me as well, I'm just like them. You know, they try and discredit me. He was like laying the groundwork for people to discover the videos about him. That's always there. And I was, they're trying to discredit me. You know, make sure I've answered that question early before it comes up. Thought about that. Yeah, maybe it was that that he's doing there. Because I thought that was weird to bring me up and to like talk about it again on his stream, but he did. But he's not, you know, he's done Chris Watts and angered the people again, but he's not talked about them, has he? And he's not talked about Frankie in the court case, even when he mentioned it in today's episode, even like about how the relation, so he's talked about it, I guess, but not, you know, overtly. He hasn't done an episode on it. You know, when he was doing his Chris Watts stuff, he wasn't talking about it. It's weird, isn't it? I don't know what the answer is there as to why he's gone quiet on it so far. I mean, I know he's off. Like, there was a big thing being off YouTube. Maybe he's scared that that's what got him off YouTube, and if he does it again, it will get him off. You know, maybe he thought that was why he got kicked off, or maybe they thought, because it's the people on his team that are going to tell him as well, isn't it? Maybe it's just out of caution, because he's a coward more than anything. The man is a coward. Lawpages.com. I'll have a quick look, but if it's complicated, like Law Pages, it sounds complicated, so I mean, that looks complicated. Court hearings, let's just put Vinnicombe. He brought up someone's address as an expert witness from Yorkshire, so that's not what I'm looking for. So it didn't have Vinnicombe. Search Crown Court lists, archives. It's too much for me in my brain at this time of night. I'll be able to cut that into an Alan Reacts. We'll be able to cut the Perky Reacts. I played some Genshin Impact. I think what I've done, I think I've done what I came here to do. You can put dates and court numbers. I don't know any of the dates or the court numbers though.